Omoyele Sowore free Nnamdi Kanu now protests in Aso Rock, not for Biafra, and has nothing to do with IPOB. Here the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 13th of October 2025, and I have some very important information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. It has been a very big problem in the zoo between the Igbos and other tribes in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. And there are two reasons for this very problem, or the two causes of this very problem. The number one is because of the gift of an Igbo man. The simple gift given to an Igbo man to excel in any condition because of the destiny, the talent that God has endowed an Igbo man with. That is the main problem. The talent, the destiny. This is the main problem, the number one. And the number two problem is Biafra. The number two problem is Biafra. These two problems are the same. You cannot say this one is bigger than another. So because of this problem between the Igbo and other tribes in the zoo, it has made an Igbo man a target. That even a place where others go and go free, Igbo man will go there and may not go scot-free, even though he commits no offense. Are you paying attention? So it is very, very imperative to note this, knowing the fragile situation of the Igbo people within the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. I want you to give me your ear. It is no longer news that on the 20th of this very month of October, the entire Nigerians will be marching to Aso Rock, led by a man which I will, without shame, add him a noble man. Without shame, without hesitation, no matter my differences with him, I will unequivocally call him a noble man. A man that we are now holding on a very high esteem. He, Omoyele Sowore, will be leading the entire Nigeria to Aso Rock in protest against the illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu by the Nigerian state. So, this very protest, Omoyele Sowore has equally called on the political elites, let me use the word elites, from the southeast to join him to march to Aso Rock to demand the immediate and unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu, which we all know that the so-called political elites from the southeast will not, I don't want to say may, because there is no probability there, will not join the protest unless few of them, like Obi Agbocha, if he's in Nigeria that very day, and few other ones. So, but even though the so-called political elites from the southeast will not be joining this very all-important protest and demand for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, I am very, very sure, 100%, that people from the southeast, the people, because there's a big difference between the people and the political elites. They call them elites, but I know they are criminals. So they are not involved. When you're talking about the Igbos, these political criminals are not involved. We do not see them as Igbos. But when you talk about Southeast, you mention them. They are the real Southeast because Southeast is political. But Igbos or Igbo as a tribe is not a political thing. It has absolutely nothing to do with politics. So when you talk about Igbo, we do not count them. But when you talk about Southeast, they are number ones because Southeast is political. So I am very sure that Igbo people will be marching together with Omoyele Sowore to Asorok. I am 100% certain about it. And majority of these Igbo people who are going to march with Omoyele Sowore to Asorok are the youth, the younger people, both male and female. So I have a message for them. If you know you are an Igbo person and you are going to march with Omoyele Sowore to Asorok on the 20th of October in demand for the immediate and unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu, I have a message for you, and you must pay very, very close attention till the very end of this very broadcast. This evening, we will be coming live as well to address the whole matter bordering on this very 20th October protest to Asorok. So we'll be coming live this evening, and I want everybody to stay tuned. And the live will be happening on our main YouTube channel, Biafra Unite in capital letter. So every Igbo person who will be marching with Omoyele Sowore to Asorok, I have a message for you, and you must pay very close attention. Do not in any way joke with this very message, because it's very, very important, both for you, for all of you, for all of us, and for Nnamdi Kanu himself, including Omoyele Sowore and every other Nigerian who would want to join this very march. So you must stick to the end of this very news. Now, you see, I have listened to some of your comments. I have watched some social media influencers and content creators, and I've heard what you are saying. I've listened to you, I've seen your comments, and I've heard your complaints about a Yoruba man being the one, leading this very protest, something that Igbo people would have done. I want to tell you that you got it all wrong. I would have loved to address this matter on this very particular broadcast, but because of time, I'm not going to address it now. I'll be addressing this matter this evening, because there are a lot of things that you do not know. There are so many things that has happened behind the scene, even before, not even now, that you do not know. So we'll be addressing this whole, matter that has been on social media for the past couple of days, that a Yoruba man is the one who is, taking action for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, something that the Igbo people would have done. This is a very big problem that people do not understand anything about, but we will be addressing it this very evening. So, now without further delay, if you are an Igbo man or woman who is going to be joining Omoyele Sowore to Abuja, to Asorok, to be precise, on the 20th of this very month. Number one, going by the title of this very broadcast, I have made it very, very clear that this very protest is not for Biafra. Remember, I told you the two major problems, two major things that have caused the problem of an Igbo man within Nigeria. Number one, our destiny, the blessings, the talents that God endowed us with from creation. It's not our fault. For us to be blessed by God Elohim, it's never our fault. Then secondly, Biafra, because we said we want freedom. You may as well remove the name Biafra and put freedom there. So it is because of we are Igbos, our talent and destiny, and freedom that we crave for. These are two major problems. So if you are going to Asorok in demand for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, you must have it at the back of your mind that this very protest is not a Biafran protest. You are not going to Asorok to demand for Biafra. You are going there to demand for the release of a human being, a man that has been incarcerated for the past 5 years. Unjustly. Not only incarcerated, but also kidnapped and rendition to the zoo from Kenya. So it is not a Biafran protest. It is not, I'm repeating myself again to avoid any mistake. It has nothing to do with Biafra. The concentration, the full focus must be the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Any song that will be sung that very day should be strictly directed to the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Not Biafran war songs, not Biafra songs, not anything. No attachment to Biafra. This will also boost the confidence of both Sowore himself and other Nigerians who want to, get involved, who want to join this very protest, who love justice. Other Nigerians that love and cherish justice. This will motivate them to know that the protest is not a Biafran protest. It is strictly for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. One of the key reasons why it is very, very imperative to say this, to make it very, very public, is because for the past few days, I have seen some very highly compromised individuals who portray themselves as Biafra agitators, issuing press statements, press releases, and memos because of this very Sowore-led Free Nnamdi Kanu now protest to Asorok. These highly compromised individuals who claim to be Biafra agitators have been busy issuing press statements and memos. We know all of you. We all know how you've compromised and jeopardized the struggle and the freedom that we all crave for. So I want to use this opportunity to ask you to stay clear, as the protest has nothing to do with Biafra or IPOB. That is number one. Then number two, it has absolutely nothing to do with IPOB. If you are an Igbo person joining this very protest on 20th of this month of October with Sowore and other noble Nigerians, you must not go there with any insignia, with any badge of IPOB. No Biafran flag, no IPOB logos or whatsoever. Anything that has to do with IPOB is completely not allowed on that protest. And you shouldn't be shocked that you are hearing this from Biafra Unite. I know the reason why I'm saying it. Sowore may not say it because he may be feeling that if he say it now, some people will be feeling, some Igbo people will be feeling that he is, segregating. Maybe they will be feeling segregation or hate. No, it is not hate. Sowore is the one who should have said it. But I'm sure that what I'm saying now is in his heart. But he may find it very difficult to say it because he doesn't know what is going to be the reaction of the Igbo people. But the truth of the matter is this: it is not a Biafran protest and has nothing to do with IPOB. Are you paying attention? So I want to use this opportunity to call on Barrister Aloye Jimako to say it. Either you make it clear on your Twitter page, or you say it on a live video and post it. I'm going to help to share it and make sure that it goes viral. This message is 100% important. So Barrister Aloye Jimako has a duty here to say this to the hearing of everybody, both the citizens and the government, that this protest has nothing to do with IPOB, has nothing to do with Biafra, because every Nigerian that desires justice is going to join this very protest. So they are not joining because of Biafra, but they are joining because of justice for Nnamdi Kanu. I'm going to make this very broadcast as short as possible. Remember, we are coming live this very evening, and you wouldn't like to miss tonight's broadcast. So, bikono muchukwu okike abịama, gee no ntị ọfụma na this protest a na-aga abụghọ Biafran protest. This evening we'll be addressing the reason why it is the best news, the best feeling for every Igbo man to hear that the man who is leading this very protest is not an Igbo man, he's a Yoruba man. This is the best feeling, the best situation so far. These are one of the reasons Nnamdi Kanu will be released. These are one of the reasons the government will listen to those who are coming for this protest. Because when Nigerians are calling for the release of an Igbo man who has been incarcerated by the Nigerian state, then you know it is a problem. Then you know it is a serious matter. Then you know that the government must listen to them. Then you know that this is not a Biafran case. Then you know that this is not IPOB matter. Then you know that Nigerian citizens are genuinely calling for the release of this man. So this is the best moment. Do not pay attention to some of these criminals, some of the political jobbers, like the likes of Joe Ibokwe and the other one that called himself Joe Vic. I don't know, it's like this name is becoming something else. This could be one of the names we are going to, blacklist in Biafran land. Not against the law to bear the name, but nobody would like to bear the name of a saboteur. You understand? Just like Ifajula. Since I was born, I've never seen anybody who give birth and name the child Ifajula. Even the family of Ifajula from Onitsha, they're no longer bearing that name. So this Joe has become a taboo. This Joe of a name has become a taboo. So don't listen to any political jobber, any idiot who is fighting to get, access to politics, who wants to be used, who has made him or herself a willing tool. Oh, Fulani, look at me. I am willing to serve you. And that person called him or herself an Igbo person. Don't pay attention to that. He's a criminal. These are the people that are, destroying us. These are the people who have made our lives miserable. So any Nigerian who wish to join this very protest, you must not look at these distractors. Look at Omoyele Sowore. Omoyele Sowore has twice now contested to be the president of Nigeria. So I'm not sure that you will love Nigeria more than Omoyele Sowore. Are you paying attention? The same Omoyele Sowore has been ridiculed by the Biafran people. Even me, as I'm speaking now, before now, I am not in good terms with Omoyele Sowore because of his, rhetorics and, his attitude towards Biafran matter, which is not only him. Every politician in Nigeria wouldn't want Nigeria to break up. So it's not only him, but for him to, show the whole world that he stands for justice, that is number one thing. Anybody who claims to be a Biafran, anybody who claims to be a freedom fighter, anybody who claims to be a lover of freedom, anybody who claims to be a follower of Nnamdi Kanu, and you do not love Omoyele Sowore for this, then you are a saboteur. You are the problem, not Omoyele Sowore. We know his stand in terms of Biafra. You understand? But the same Omoyele Sowore does not, stop anybody who want to be free, because he's a very civilized man. He's an American citizen, a very civilized man. So he knows that people have right to decide their political fate, where they want to belong. He knows. And he only knows that when a matter like this arises in any nation, the only solution is negotiation. You negotiate, you dialogue. If they are serious, they insist that they do not want to hear any other thing apart from, exit. Then you give them referendum. Let's see how many people that want to exit, or you want to impose your decision on other millions of people from your area. Then let them vote. If the majority carries the vote, so be it. Nobody is begging anybody to be together. This is how it's done in a civilized way. But for the fact that these people who claim to be political leaders in the zoo have proven beyond every reasonable doubt that they are animals in the wilderness. Animals, even if you call it zoo, that is understatement. It's an insult to zoo, because zoo is more organized than the jungle. So these criminals who parade themselves as political leaders in the zoo have proven beyond every reasonable doubt that they are worse than wild animals in the wilderness. That's why whenever you talk about Biafra, they send the army to unalive you, to shoot at sight. That's why the Biafran people decided to start defending themselves. And there is no law. If you want justice to prevail, there's no law in the world that will jail Nnamdi Kanu. There is no law in the world that will say that you defending yourself is a crime. No law can say that. No law in the world, no court in the world that will turn the truth upside down just because of politics. Then it becomes injustice. If it happens, it becomes injustice. You understand? So this is my message to everybody who wants to attend this all-important shutdown protest. It has nothing to do with Biafra. And in conclusion, every shop owner, every market where the Igbo people are trading all over Nigeria, whether in the east, in the west, in the north, in the south, in fact, especially the west, Lagos. Ndị be anyị bi na Lagos ọkwụ na afụgo to ekesi anyanwụ nke ikpeazụ a. Just the other day, I was watching some videos on social media, and I saw that they came to trade fair to demolish Igbo properties in trade fair. So, una afugono ka ekesi anyanwụ, una ya atọ na Lagos forever. Are you going to be in Lagos forever? The answer is no. So what are you supposed to do? You must lock down that very day. On the 20th of October, you must lock down. It is not an instruction. It is not an order from me. If you know you are an Igbo man, on the 20th of October, you have to lock down. Today is 13th. We have only 7 days to go. One more week. You have to lock down. If you are in Kano, you are in Kaduna, you are in Katsina, you are in Kafanchan, you are in Abuja, anywhere you are in the north, trading as an Igbo person, you have to lock down for this very all-important movement, because it's going to shake. If you can do it in support of Sowore for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, all over Nigeria, you lock down. I want you to know that Nnamdi Kanu will be released, because it's going to shake Nigeria. It will shake Nigeria. So we'll be talking about this evening, including other important expositions. Even this very video you are watching, we are going to analyze it this evening. So don't go nowhere. Pay attention. Stick around until we see you in the evening. Thank you, my people. To salo no mozi akona poto and make it go viral.